What's up, guys? MrGimms back again for another conversational video. This time we're going to be talking about the absolute mess that's the Dead Hard, currently in Dead by Daylight with the validation issues. It is an extremely rainy day in England. It's windy as hell, and I'm in an attic, so sorry about the background noise if there is any just prior to me recording this. Yeah, let's get into this. So Dead Hard received a hit validation sort of touch up basically now when, you know, there was a massive problem where you'd be on the floor exhausted after using Dead Hard. That's what a lot of survivors were complaining about. Those complaints are definitely merited. It was pretty annoying. Being on the floor exhausted and you'd used the perk that you picked up and that you wanted to use. Kind of makes it superfluous. So, you know, I can understand how annoying that can be. I understand that, you know, you can feel robbed at times, and that's how survivors have felt for a pretty damn long time. I definitely beg the question with that, though, because the killers can definitely feel screwed over as well by Dead Hard. It's not the first time you've seen me on stream say, oh, okay, and you do that weird slidey thing. Like sometimes when you attack somebody, you just slide off them like there's no, like you're the blight, and it was just really frustrating and annoying, and both parties, I think, feel pretty screwed over, but I think survivors feel the brunt of it because they're running the perk, you know what I mean? They're sort of like, well, why the hell do I even bother with it then? So yeah, that's what's happened. So fast forward to the new update, and now it's live in the game, and basically, it's annoying. It makes the game look terrible. Basically now, if you swing and the server decides that your hit didn't hit, and that the Dead Hard was used properly or within a proper time, we don't know the nitty-gritties of it, but basically you won't hit them with your M1 and they will Dead Hard. The only problem with that is, and because it's not a very good company when it comes to these sorts of matters, is they'll still scream, hit the floor, sometimes even, or, you know, make a reaction as if they were hit, and then it will confuse the player, the killer, when doing so, because then they'll just whoop, they'll just get up again. So it's very, very frustrating. And not only that, but it looks like shit. It just looks like shit. For a 5-year-old game, this looks like shit. Imagine if something like this was implemented into COD or Fortnite or something like that. You would just, I guess you would laugh at it, but this is kind of just, it just makes behavior look bad, if I'm being honest. A lot of streamers and content creators of the sort have shared their opinions with me as well. A lot of them are kind of with me in regards to how it just looks terrible, it looks bad for the game, and this is not how we should go about it. I'm not going to name drop them here, but I'm sure they'll make content and make videos about it, and they can talk about it themselves. That's what Dead Hard validation looks like, then it's dumb. I don't care what Scott John says, I don't care what anyone says, that's dumb. I don't care. Does everyone agree that's dumb? There's hit validation, and then there's whatever the fuck that was. See, that looked fine, obviously. That's not Dead Hard validation. The thing is that a lot of content creators are covering, and some are not, some are being very hush-hush about it, I'm just going to say Scott Junt. And by the way, Scott Junt's he's very good with the game. He knows what he's talking about. He's knowledgeable. He's not an idiot. Might have my personal problems with him, as you all know, but he's not an idiot when it comes to this. But he is on this one. I'm gonna have to disagree with him. He does say like, oh, you know, you don't get screwed over. You don't wipe your weapon when you use your M1. That is true. However, the 2 clips I've shown in this video, I am being punished for such. And also, what about killers' powers? So Scott would have explored this himself, and he would know that sometimes it's not the case, but definitely most of the time it is with your power. So when you rush with Blight and you hit a survivor and the server decides that the Dead Hard worked, you're screwed. So you're now going to inject yourself with the thing, do your restart up from the Blight, and then you've got to catch up. That's on you then. When to you, it looked like you hit. I'm sorry, how did that... What? I'm sorry. What? That hit didn't count? It just looks like shit. That's bad. That's really bad for the game. But let's keep going. What about I play Nemesis as my main pretty much right now, and I'm whipping people left, right, and center, and the dead hards are going off, and I'm looking like I don't need to chase them any longer, and I kind of stop in my tracks and look down, but then they just get up and go. It's stupid. It's even more damaging to killers like the nurse, for instance, when you blink on somebody dead hard, but you know it hit. You know it hit because it made the noise, it made the down, all that stuff. Then they pop back up with death. It's just stupid. It makes the game comedic at best, and it's not good for business. So, Hillbilly, Cannibal, it's all very just punishing to the killer. But not only that, but you got to get yourself in the mind frame for being the killer for a second. Imagine you're in a chase, you knock someone down, but what you thought you knocked down. The momentum shift stops. You can calm down, then they get up and the chase continues. You're screwing with the mind of the killer, and it's not fun being in that position, I can tell you. It's just not. It's another thing that the killer now needs to worry about, and I don't think that's very fair. Did I get him down? Did that dead hard go through? At the end of every chase, which you guys know very well that a chase can go for a long time, it's bullshit. This is terrible. So speaking about dead hard, what can we do to fix it? What do you think we could do moving forward? Honestly, dead hard's trying to be two things here. It's trying to be sort of that invincibility cloak for a second and a half or half a second, and it's also gaining distance to get to a pallet or a window. Why don't we just give up on dead hard doing two things? I always thought the invincibility aspect of dead hard was pretty stupid. I don't know whoever came up with that. Whatever, story for another day. I think it should just be a gain distance tool again. The best of the best, cream of the crop survivors usually only use dead hard for those reasons anyway. So it wouldn't affect everybody. It certainly would affect people, but it wouldn't affect everybody. And maybe just give the jump forward of dead hard a bit of a buff. Maybe make it so you can chain windows and doors properly and seamlessly, so you can extend chases that way as well. There's a lot you could do to dead hard to make it worth your while using it. By the way, it'd still be worth its while using it without the invincibility, and it would still be amazing. I just think the invincibility aspect has got to go. It's obviously too hard for behavior to manage. It's obviously too hard for them to figure out in code. We've been on this perk for fucking years now. I don't think it's going to get any better, and I think it needs to change. If you want to do an invincibility thing, make another perk. Make another perk and make it do something like that for half a second without the jump forward. Or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying bring it back because I think it's a terrible idea, but if you had to, put it into another perk down the road. Make another survivor next, and boom, there you go. Dead harder. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think the perk, it's trying to do too much, and I think it needs to go. And I just think overall, if we're having to have the whole game look like trash because of one perk, I don't think it's worth it. And I know a lot of survivors are going to cry about this video, but this is just one man's opinion. I'm not trying to upset anyone. It just, all my games look like trash, and I don't like it. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts and opinions on Dead Hard. I just don't want my game looking like trash, and I think it's unhealthy for the game, and I think it ruins a lot of the momentum for Killer now. I do want to outline that the complaints that I have heard from survivors are merited. I understand that you guys have had to deal with this for a long time as well. But understand that you haven't suffered alone. The killers have had to suffer for it too, because we have felt robbed a few times throughout the years, and that's been very kind. And we are going to continue to be doing so. So hopefully they make a change. Hopefully they get rid of this perk and make it to what I think it should be, which is a stronger loop continuer. I think Dead Hard still has an amazing place in the game, and I think it could be glorious again. It just needs a little bit of love and maybe get rid of that stupid invincibility mechanic, and I think we'll be fine. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think about Dead Hard. How would you change it? Leave your long comments down below. I am going to be reading through them, possibly making a poll down the road. Also, don't forget that I am over on Twitch right now, streaming from 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. I love Twitch, having fun over there. The content won't stop on YouTube, though. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Love you all. I'll see you in the next one.